All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we are going to talk about a hot topic in boxing today, which is Terence Crawford going to Twitter and saying something that I know he immediately regrets, as one of the major promoters in boxing absolutely light him on fire for saying it. And it is definitely a case of be careful, because when you point fingers at somebody else, there's 3 fingers pointing back at you. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. In this video, we're going to be in the 147-pound division, making a whole lot of people sick, because the hottest topic in boxing is still revolving around Terence Crawford. But in this instance, it is because of something that he said on Twitter that I'm quite sure he immediately regretted. And I'm not talking about the spelling error that he made in a tweet, but Dibella responds to it, as well as a lot of other people with a lot of funny jokes. But before I get into the details of it, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are a longtime subscriber and supporter, because we've been here for some years now, about 5 years, been a really great time. Not all the time. Had a little dip there for about 6-7 months, but snap back and been having a really good time since then. So in all, great experience talking boxing with you over the last several years. If you are new to the channel, a new subscriber, thank you so much for continuing to kick it with me. If you are new to the channel, though, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. And if you can't, I understand it, but if you can, greatly appreciate the support that people have left, like my guy, Matty Yole, and don't feel the necessity to do it, Matty Yole. Just want to say thank you so much, and Mr. Pragmatic, and Deborah Booker, and Barbara D, for the support that you guys give in the super thanks, which is a heart and the $sign in the lower right-hand corner, which is how people contribute to the channel. But let's get into the details of this. Terence Crawford tried to goad Errol Spence Jr. I pay attention to the Twitter. I've got multiple Twitter accounts, so do not think if you're from Terence Crawford camp that you can block me from seeing your Twitter. I'm going to see the Twitter. But regardless, he's watching some football, obviously, over the weekend, right? And was watching the Dallas Cowboys and said something to Errol Spence Jr. about that's the end for the fight, right? Errol Spence Jr. didn't respond. And then later on, Terence Crawford dropped another tweet and asked people a question. And in general, I'm sure by now you've heard about it, but he says, what is worse, losing and not making it to the playoffs, or making it to the playoffs and lose, right? Pretty much is the highlight of that particular tweet. Now, he said which, but he spelled it W-I-T-C-H, like, the wicked witch of the West, instead of which, which way are you going? Or which way is up, which is W-H-I-C-H, right? Messed up the spelling, so a whole bunch of people jumped on him for the spelling. Whatever. Typo, whatever. People do that all the time in Twitter. I write tweets all the time, got some typo in them. They don't have an edit button on the dang thing, so what can you do? You know what I mean? So not really tripping on that. However, Dibella, who is, obviously runs Dibella Entertainment, was also, I do believe, the head of sports programming for HBO when HBO boxing was in its heyday. He responded to Terence Crawford and basically said, "What's worse is when you become an undefeated fighter and you get all the way to the biggest fight of your career and you don't find a way to make the fight." Right? So pretty much look, what a lot of people are saying is like, look, Terence, don't go talking about other people getting to the big game and losing when you get to the big game and you don't even get on the field. Okay. And to be truthful, that is an analogy that I've been using for Terence Crawford not fighting Errol Spence Jr. for a while. Terence Crawford believes, and has said this multiple times, that he's in the Hall of Fame. He doesn't need the Errol Spence Jr. fight. He doesn't need Undisputed. He already did that, right? He's passing and all of that stuff, which for him may very well be true and it may work. However, it is definitely still a scenario when he brings up somebody making the playoffs, playing a game and losing the game, right? That it sets him up for, obviously seeing the mentality, because he's wondering, would I rather just not make the playoffs or make the playoffs and lose? Now, to some people, the answer to Terence Crawford's question was obvious. You make it to the playoff. It's better to make it to the playoffs and lose than it is to not make it to the playoffs. And why is that? Because you have won. In order to make it to the playoffs, you had to reach a certain level of success. So his question really is it better just to fail early and fail in something that is not on a big platform? Or is it better to go out there and, go and fight and not fight, but play somebody that could beat you and lose? The obvious answer for most people is make it to the playoffs and lose. Is better than losing so many regular season games that you don't get there, right? So it does give a little bit of the insight into the mind of Terence Crawford that he would even ask that question. But so when Lou Dibella follows up, is like basically answering the question, applying it to your life, it is worse to, and I think, Terence Crawford might have said, which is worse. It is worse to go undefeated for 38, 39 fights and then not even take the big fight that is offered to you. And that's the truth. In so many boxing matches, there's going to be a winner and there's going to be a winner and a loser. And you can respect somebody that gets into the ring and fights somebody and it winds up that the guy is a better man. Like, take, for example, the Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua situation, right? It is more courageous for Deontay Wilder for somebody to get in the ring with Deontay Wilder and get knocked out like a Luis Ortiz than it is for Anthony Joshua just to blow off the fight, never take the fight, and then go get beaten by somebody like Andy Ruiz and Alexander Usyk, right? Because now it's not, you didn't take the chance, you didn't show that you had the belief in yourself, and to even take the fight. And this is something that I've noticed on this channel and in the videos that I've done about this, and the live streams that I've done about this subject. And as you know, it's been a lot of them because, again, this is the biggest topic in the sport of boxing. So people are going to talk about it. Telling people that they're obsessed and hoping it's going to go away isn't going to go away, which is something that Terence Crawford should probably have learned when he put that tweet out. No, bro, ain't nobody trying to hear what you think about football games. We want to know about the Errol Spence Jr. fight and why you didn't take it. But at the end of the day, there are more people, way more boxing fans, right or wrong, even though I think it's right, but what right or wrong, that say, look, man, Terence Crawford did not want that fight and are asking Terence Crawford questions about that stuff versus the people that are throwing shade at Errol Spence Jr. for fighting Keith Thurman in a fight that the WBC ordered. But anyway, man, I just thought that was an interesting thing. I know that there's a lot of people talking about it, so I definitely wanted to get out there and let my thoughts be known about it. But anyway, those are my thoughts. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.